What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, man. Now, as y'all can see by the title of the video, bro, this is like some of the boot camp shit that y'all don't hear about, bro. I'm pretty sure nobody's talked about this on YouTube, but like this is some inside back info that people just don't know. Now, with this being said, I went to boot camp at Paris Island. So before people like they'll be watching this shit, they probably went to boot camp in West Coast, San Diego. So that shit cap, shit fake, dog. Nah, this is Paris Island. Like I have a whole platoon that can vouch for this shit. So basically, like we used to go get right into the fucking story time. We used to go dumpster diving at boot camp. Now, for those who know what dumpster diving is, I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Self-explanatory, but like at least for like boot camp wise, like we would go. You know what? Let me just bring it. Let me just start from the beginning. So basically, when you go to boot camp at I don't know, they might do this at West Coast too, but I know on East Coast like at boot camp. So it'd be like once, not once, but like it'd be like probably like 2-3 times a month, probably like once a week. We would get these brown bags at the chow hall when we go to when we go eat. And usually we would get around like dinner chow. It'd be like the last thing we would like the last time we go to chow during dinner time. That's when we would get these brown bags. Now these brown bags, it would probably be like 60 brown bags, and they would put them on this little cart that you could just pick up, like the little, like not milk carts, but like a long flat cart. And in these brown bags, we would be like fucking either a Nutri-Grain bar or those Natural Valley peanut bars, and then it'd be like some trail mix in there, like with the white chocolate chips, raisins, peanuts, and it was something else. And then it'd be like a little thing of graham crackers. Now, with that being said, we never ever got those. Like, never got them. Like, soon, I remember, like, the first time we thought we was gonna get them, I remember that they sat them down, and then it was like, all right, I need 2 people to throw this shit away. Out the rip. They just throw this shit away. Like, we never got that shit. And basically what happened was, like, I remember, like, this was early. Like, one of our squad leaders, I'm not gonna say his name, but, like, so we threw the shit away. And, like, our squad leaders, like, they just got the squad leaders to throw that shit away. So basically, like, they supposedly went to throw the shit away, right? And then, like, I remember they came back later that night, like you just heard niggas like this. You just heard like candy wrapper, like little paper making noise, like little candy wrapper noises. So I'm like, damn, who the fuck? Like, what the fuck is that going on? Like, what the fuck going on? And man, look over there, fucking like, you just see niggas like, man, it's pitch black. It's pitch black in this squad, man. You just see like 3-4 dudes in the corner, just munching, like it's like looking like fucking rats. So I get up, I get up at my fucking rat. I make a little scroll over there. I'm like, hey, bro, what the fuck? What y'all doing? But these niggas got the brown bag. They got like fucking like 10 brown bags. I usually like a brown bag on wrappers all on the floor in the corner. Now, mind you, we in boot camp, you got fire watch. So you usually have like 2 people, like one person at the back at the exit door, one person at the very front of the squad bay. You got somebody in the bathroom, and then you usually got somebody else just roaming around. So literally, like they don't broke the fucking they don't broke people off. Like the people on fire watch, they don't broke them. Like they got their own brown bag, so they don't get everybody brag about that's on freaking fire watch, and they got their own little section everybody in. So eventually, this is like pretty. This is like around like the first few weeks of boot camp. So me being me, I'm like, bro, I'm not getting involved in this shit. Like, bro, I'm not trying to get in trouble. I'm not trying to get caught. I don't know the repercussions of that shit. At this time, this is when I first realized that like you cannot quit. Like probably my surprise is I thought you could just like once you didn't feel like doing this shit anymore, I thought you could just quit and go back fucking home. That's not the case. Like you can't just quit and go back home. I didn't know that. So at this point, I'm thinking like they're like the only way you can fucking like basically like they basically like you can get dropped. Like we can just drop your ass. Like and basically when they say get dropped, mean like say you've been in boot camp for a month, they can drop you to another platoon or to another company, and you can go into that company. They just not started. That may be at week 1, so you may be here at week 5, and say you do something stupid or you just fail or something, and they should drop you back to week 1, and you got to start all back over again. So by the time you get back to week 5, the platoon you was originally in, they on week 10, and they got like 2-3 weeks left, and now you got a whole nother. So you done been in there the same amount of time as them, but yet now you got to do an extra 5, 6, 7 more weeks than your original time. And at the time, I was like, bro, I'm not about to get dropped for doing no stupid shit like this. So at the time, they started they started progressing. So like after like the brown bags, no. What happened was, one of these days, bro, like, so our squad leader, he was a young kid. He was like, actually, he was the youngest in our company. But like at the time, he was the youngest in our company. He was squad leader, nice, cool dude out of Florida, little kid, got some little issues. I ain't gonna say much, but he got some little issues. But yeah, nice. He in shape though. He was in shape. Little kid, this hard headed motherfucker. That's it. But yeah, bro. Like, so basically, like, I want to say like a week or a few days after that incident happened, like they just started like lacking. Like he was just lacking. Like just being sloppy with the shit. And I think one day, like our senior drill instructor caught him. So what he did was he had put like the fucking something, like he had a whole bunch of them. He had put one of them, he had hit him in his duffel bag, which is beyond stupid to me. But he had put it in his duffel bag. So one day, like in the middle of the day, not even that night, in the middle of the day, he just happened like, oh, I'm just go in my duffel bag, grab a little snack, and I'm gonna eat it. Just so happened, I think we was cleaning up or something, and I seen Jewish walk by. He was like, hey, come here. Like, what you just pull out that bag? What you just do? Like, I literally just saw it. He like, grab me a bag. Man, grab the duffel bag, dumped the whole duffel bag out. Niggas like 20 brown bags, 24 brown bags of shit. Like, no shit, about 20 of them. My only 60 come on a tray. I just saw y'all knock off like 10, 15 the other night, and you got like 20 in your fucking duffel bag. And he would just dump that shit out. He like, I seen this shit just looking at it. He like, shit crazy, ain't it? And later, like, man, it was just like, we ended up paying for it. I think we did like fucking like 50, 60 something burpees. So then that shit happened. That shit, nigga, like, it was just crazy. I forgot what happened. I don't know if he, I forgot. I don't think he told that time. He ended up telling another time about that shit. Like somebody else got caught, or he got caught again, and he ended up snitching on somebody else. But I think that time he just took the blame for it. But like, bro, after that, bro, like, man, that shit didn't. I thought after that it was gonna stop. I ain't gonna lie. I thought after that it was gonna stop. Man, that shit just got progressing more and more. So basically, after that happened, mind you, we still doing the same shit. Like, we still like going, like, we still getting them. Soon we grab them. Like, now this how we want them make it. They don't even make it inside the fucking squad bay. So we walk back from the chow from dinner. They literally just, hey, just gonna dump it in the trash can right now. Throw it all in there. So cool. I'm like, all right, the niggas not gonna do that shit. So then, literally after that situation happened, like I said, the next time we get them, throw the whole trail away, come back later on that night on fire watch. Oh, well, later that night after we get like put to bed, niggas get back up. They're like, hey, bro, like, they're like, who on fire watch? Who on fire watch type shit. And I think I either was on fire watch that night, or either I was about to be on fire watch or some shit. And I remember I was gonna be the one that was gonna be like, I think I either was gonna be the one roaming around, or I was gonna be the one right back door. So basically, what they would do is like, they would get like, find like a perfect time, like a decent time, like to where it's not too early and it's not too late. So usually the time we would choose was between like, usually around by 11 o'clock, 11, between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. That's like the perfect window. That's when like the drill instructors, they kind of get their sleep. And at the same time outside, that's when people like finally leaving. Because between 11 o'clock, that's when like people either going to sleep, or that's when like the people that are going home, like the drill instructors that are going home, they be gone by then, or they just not leaving the parking lot. But then after 1 a.m., that's when like the drill instructors that are coming back from home, that's when they starting to pull up around like 1:30, 2 a.m. a little bit after that. And that's also when the time like the drunk shows are waking up. That's when they start doing like just roaming around the squad bay, make sure everybody on fire, watch up, make sure everybody doing their job, whatever. So usually we had to go between like 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. Sometimes it go at 10. 10 would be pushing it. That's a little too early. But yeah, around about 10 or between 10 and 1. Like, I remember first of all, I just started off being like, they just came to me like, hey bro, like if you watch the door, like just make sure like, cause like the door locks back when you close it. And you can't leave it cracked open because say if a fucking drill instructor come wake up or they come through or some shit, they're like, why the fuck the door cracked open? What the fuck I got? Like, what's going on? So basically, whoever was by the back door, you had to stay by that. And then like whenever they came back from going to the trash and getting the bags or whatever, it was just basically I do like a little knock on the door and you would just slightly push it up so don't make too much noise and let them in. I mean, at first I was like, bro, I'm not doing that shit. But then they was like, you know what, man, we throw you like three of them, like 3 brown bags. So that's like that's 3 Nutri-Grain bars, that's 3 trail mix, that's 3 things of graham crackers, and usually be like 2 or 3 packs. You like 1 or 2 packs of peanut butter inside each brown bag too. So I'm like, damn, that dude's like, mind you, like, man, we were always hungry. Like, you're never not hungry. You can always eat. So I'm like, man, we're gonna do it. Fuck it, I do it this one time. Then usually like now after like 10, 15 minutes, that's when like usually they will be back within like 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, that's when you want to start to worry like, hey, they probably got caught outside. So now, but I think they ended up like getting back within like the 10 minutes. Came back in, threw me my brown bags, they threw me my little commissary, whatever. And shit, after I watched, I ate. Shit, I ate like 1 or 2 brown bags, put one up, say one, and just saved it, put it up. And bro, like that was it. And then it started happening like now, like the next day happened. Like I wasn't on fire watch, but then they was like, hey man, like, can you come out the door? They would just wake me up like that. Now at this point, they started to realize like who they could trust, who was willing to do it, who was not willing to do it. So like people that was willing to do it, like that's like, hey bro, you mind doing this shit again? Now over time they started doing this, bro, and they was like, all right, at times like I said, they was doing this every day. So the people that were going outside and actually going to go get it, some of them started to get like a little skeptical, like, bro, we might get caught, we're doing this too much, we get like type of whatever. Now we had this one particular guy, I'm not gonna say his name, but like he didn't care, like he like, bro, like fuck it, like I'll go by myself if I got to, as long as I got somebody to open the door for me. So one of these nights, he like, bro, like shit, like, you know, come with me, dog. Like I need somebody to come with me. He's such and such scared. He don't want to go do it, or he sleep, or whatever. I need somebody to roll with me. And I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, it wasn't like it was peer pressure. It was like, man, like at the time, like dude, like mind you, I'm pretty old. I'm like older than most of the people in my platoon. So I'm like, and man, he was reminding me of such like my little brother. I'm like, bro, if you go out here and do this shit by yourself, I know possibly you're gonna get caught because usually what they would do is whoever's like they would have 2 people going to go get the stuff out the trash. So one person would literally go in, like jump inside the trash can or like just hang over and grab shut the trash can, while the other person would be looking around outside to make sure ain't no cars pulling up, anybody walking around. So therefore, if somebody was walking around, somebody was pulling up, you was like, hey, come out, get out the trash can, or just go hide behind the trash can. Or say somebody's walking around, you say stop, you make too much noise, stop, wait, hold on for a second, let them go back inside, let them finish walking around, whatever. So literally my whole thing, I like, man, like he reminded me such of my little brother at the time. I'm like, bro, like I would hate for you to get caught, because not only if you get caught, not only I would hate for you to get caught and you like get the blame on you, but I know also if you get caught doing this shit, we all gonna have to suffer. Like that's just how it is. We all gonna end up have to suffer from whatever if you get caught. So I was like, fuck it, I'll go with you. So the first time I remember, did what I did, looked out, paranoid as a motherfucker, like on fucking 10, looking around, scoping around, just looking. So we did it. We got back to the squad bay. And on top of this, we stayed on the top deck. So literally we had to go through like 3 flights of stairs to get back to our building, like to where our squad bay was. It wasn't like we was on the first floor where we could just walk out, go to the trash can, sneak back in. Like, no, we was literally on the top deck, so we had to walk up 3 flights of stairs without making noise. And mind you had all these bags and stuff on you and stuff. It didn't make a noise because you had it all tucked in your trousers, in your pockets. Like, it was just crazy, bro. And mind you, this happened every night. So later my first night, did it. Was paid as a motherfucker, got there, I'm like, all right, cool. So then he was like, all right, shit. Next day came, he like, man, such and such on this shit again. He's acting scary, acting like he sleep. I need you to come back with me again. And I did it. And then after a while, I just started getting like a little bit more comfortable. I started knowing like, all right, what time to go. We started noticing like certain cars leave at this time. Certain people would like walk around at this time. Like we started to get the schedule, like the whole fucking like the whole area, like how everything was moving, like what cars would be leaving, who would be pulling up, who would be pulling in, what person like would be walking around, what areas to not go through, what trash cans not to go through. Like we just like started getting like accustomed to that shit over time. And like after doing it for like a week of just being like the watch person, I'm like, man, fuck, I go by myself. Like, let me just go by myself. Cause mind you, like within our area, it was like 2 or 3 dumpsters. So I'm like, shit, like they always go to that dumpster. So I'm like, man, let me go to this dumpster. Let me just go by my. I think me and my best friend went one time, and he was like I said, he was the same way as me, mad, paranoid, didn't want to do it. Like, but I just need you to look out. That's it. I just need you to look out. And I remember we did it, bro. Came back, and this time like we had moved up. Instead of just brown bags, but we'd be finding mad type of shit. Like we'd be finding like we'd find like box chows, where it'd be like a bag of like, and box chows usually be like a sandwich, some chips, a Nutri-Grain bar, maybe like an apple or orange. Cause we would literally like say we had extra like box chows, like they didn't give them out. Like say they give us box chows, and they give us 50 of them, and it's on the 40 people in the platoon. Those other 10 box chows, they're like, all right, go throw them away. like the amount of food we threw away in boot camp is like we literally threw enough food away to at least change at least 1% of the homelessness, nigga. Like that's how much food we threw away. To at least like the percent of homeless people of homelessness in the fucking United States, like literally 1%. It went at least fucking down by 1%. Just how much food we threw away. So like, we throwing all this food away in the trash. We like, man, like. At the time we was pissed off like earlier, but like we was like, man, we just gonna get this shit tonight. Literally, like people go through the wash away and like, all right, bro, go to that dumpster, sit it on the corner right here on this side of the trash can. So when I slide the door open, we can just reach down and grab it, like just sit it like that. So instead of just throwing it away, like throwing the fucking trays in there, just toss it in there. We literally like go throw it away and we literally just sit it, like literally bend, like literally lean over in the trash can, have somebody grab your feet. See it right there so you can come back later tonight and grab it. So it'd be a nice quick grab, like grab and go. And bro, we did that shit like every freaking day. And I think after a while, bro, like it was so many instances where like people got caught with shit. Like even our own guide. Our guide, I remember this like late. We probably had like maybe a few weeks left. It was our knowledge hat. It was our knowledge hat drill instructor. He was going through it. And literally, like he put like one of the fucking zippers here, like zipped it open, and maybe like fucking like 2-3 wrappers of Nutri-Grain bars, empty bag of trail mix. Like it was just mad wrappers and trash. And he was like, he looked at it. He was like, God damn. I mean, we just tossed it aside. I remember everybody was just looking like, what the fuck? Because we was looking around, we saw him pull out. We was like, bro, we gotta get fucked up. And I remember he looked at it. He was like, like, God damn, just nasty motherfucker. And he just kept on going. He's like, all right, so I went like this. And I remember our guy, he was like, man, I have no idea where that came from. That's not mine. It's not mine. I'm like, bro, like, it is what it is, nigga. You got caught. But like, I don't know why you put trash in there anyway. Yeah, man, that basically like, that happened every single night. Like, every single night we went depth night. Like, it went from like, and I remember one night, me and my best friend, we came up. Like, literally, like, we came up. So basically, like if y'all don't know about like Bootcamp, like people were sending like Nutri-Grain bars, protein bars from back home, and what we would do, we would put that in like this treasure chest, like this big ass fucking Foot Locker, and it literally be like just probably like hundreds of just peanut bars, protein bars, Gatorade bars, just bunch of it. And then, like it'd be fucking not only that, but it'd be like people like we all get sick, so it'd be like cough drops in there, medicine and shit. And I remember like the company that later like graduated before us, they graduated like a few weeks before us. They had their trash can was like literally on the opposite side of our building. And I remember, I guess they had literally like people out of protein bars they had sent in there during that cycle. Didn't nobody take this shit home, so literally I guess they just dumped it all in the trash. But when I say me and my like best friend went crazy, like, bro, we literally like, I remember we literally like, we was in there, we stuffed our pockets, and we was like, what the fuck? And we like, damn, it was so much shit that literally we went back. So we went to the trash can, stuff we could in our pockets, went back to the freaking squad bay, and then we literally just went. We went to the fucking in the not the bathroom, but like the hall closet with all the supplies at, and we literally like grabbed like 2 trash bags, and we just went to dumping. Like we had like, man, we had so many protein bars, bro. Like we had so many protein bars, like even like close to like the end, like after we like, I said the last week we was about to graduate, like last 2 weeks we was about to graduate, I started giving that shit away. I was like, bro, I'm not about to eat that shit. I had like literally like probably like 100 protein bars left, and that's from like, and that's after eating like fucking like 60, 80 of them. I like, bro, I don't want this shit. Like we was cleaning that out, foot like we ready to go. I'm like, bro, I'm good, bro. I don't need to eat that much. I ain't only be hungry that more. Like I just start giving that shit away. But yeah, bro, that's basically like how we survive. Like literally how we survive boot camp. That's literally how I survived. Because we would just dumpster dive every single night. And you know, we would like people like sometimes like say you didn't want to go, say you had 5 hours, so you was tired. People would we'll look out for people like some dudes, like everybody did it. Everyone said it. My whole platoon, everybody was involved in some way, form, or fashion. Whether if you didn't go outside and go get it, you was on watch. If you wasn't on watch, you would say how I just show walking out, and they'd be like, what's such and such at? That person was making an excuse for him, like, oh, he wanted to go help such and such take out the trash or something like that. Or whatever the case might be. Like everybody ate. Everybody ate. Every single person. Like I remember I had this one friend, I ain't gonna say his name, but he was like literally like my senior drill instructor favorite person. He like smaller dude, but like I remember like he would never like I never want him to go out ever. Cause I'm like, bro, you can't go out. Like you literally is the favorite. Like you are like the platoon company favorite. Not even platoon favorite, the company favorite. Like you can't get caught with nothing. So literally like, hey bro, whatever I get, I'm gonna make sure I just break you off something. Like I would literally just throw him like 2 or 3 grains of Nutrigrain bars, maybe some trail mix, some graham crackers, whatever, like some peanut butter packets or whatever. I just throw him that shit every time I got some shit. And like, bro, so like everybody in the opportunity had a part in that shit, man. Everybody did, but like that's just like how we survive boot camp, man. Like I said, one of my in the other video I was talking about boot camp, bro. That's literally like shit. Literally works like a fucking jail. Like it literally works like a jail. That's how in jail people be finessing like fucking nicotine in, weed in, drugs, cell phones. How they like finesse that shit in, like in the jail. That's how it's a boot camp, simply just food. Like we just had to finesse that shit in the squad mate type shit. So yeah, bro, like that's just how we did. That's how we survived, man. I just want to tell y'all a story time, like something nice, funny, quick, short. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all again.